Admission. Admission is the act of allowing to enter a place.
The admission ticket to the movie was $5.
Astronomy. Astronomy is the study of the stars and planets.
Harold loved watching the stars, so he decided to study astronomy.
Blame. To blame someone for something bad is to say they did it.
My mom blamed me for something I didn't do.
Chemistry. Chemistry is the study of and reaction to substances.
In chemistry class, the professor taught us about chemical reactions.
Despite. If something happens despite what you do, it happens anyway.
We still played the game despite the cold weather.
Dinosaur. A dinosaur is a very big animal that lived millions of years ago.
I like to see the dinosaur bones at the museum.
Exhibit. An exhibit is a display of interesting things.
There was an animal exhibit at the fair.
Fame. Fame is reputation one has gained among the public.
He had fame and fortune, but he was not happy.
Forecast. A forecast is an idea about what the weather will be like in the future.
The forecast says that it will rain all week.
Genius. A genius is a very smart person.
Since she was a genius, she easily passed all of her school exams.
Gentle. Someone who is gentle is kind and calm.
He is very gentle with the baby.
Geography. Geography is the study of where things are.
I had to draw a map for geography class.
Interfere. To interfere is to cause problems and keep something from happening.
My little sister always interferes when I'm trying to study.
Lightly. To do something lightly is to not push very hard.
Draw lightly so you do not tear your paper.
Principal. A principal is a person in charge of a school.
My school's principal can be very strict with the rules.
Row. A row is a line of things.
James put all of his toy soldiers into neat rows.
Shelf. A shelf is a place on a wall where you put things.
I keep my clothes on a shelf in my closet.
Spite. If you do something out of spite, you want to be mean.
He snuck into his sister's room and stole her bag out of spite.
Super. Super means really good.
My dad said I did a super job cleaning the house.
Wet. If something is wet, it has water on it.
Since my dog was wet, he tried to shake all the water off his body.
Abuse. To abuse someone or something means to hurt them on purpose.
The mean man abused his dog when it barked too loudly.
Afford. To afford something means you have enough money to pay for it.
I've been saving my money so I can afford to buy a new bike.
Bake. To bake means to cook food with heat.
My sister is a good cook. She bakes delicious cakes.
Bean. A bean is a plant seed that is good to eat.
There are many different kinds of beans to eat.
Candle. A candle is a stick of wax that is lit on fire for light or heat.
When the lights went out, we lit some candles.
Convert. To convert something means to change it into something else.
The man converted his messy field into a garden of flowers.
Debt. A debt is an amount of money that a person owes.
I have not paid my gas bill. I owe a debt to the gas company.
Decrease. To decrease something is to make it less than it was before.
Hiring more police officers has decreased crime in the city.
Fault. A fault is a mistake.
It is my fault that the cat ran away. I left the door open.
Fund. A fund is an amount of money that people have.
We all put money into our club's fund.
Generous. When someone is generous, they like to give things to people.
The generous man donated several new computers to our school.
Ingredient. An ingredient is something that is part of a food dish.
The main ingredients in cake are eggs, sugar, and flour.
Insist. To insist means to be firm in telling people what to do.
I insist that you try some of these cookies.
Mess. A mess is a condition that is not clean or neat.
Heather's room was a complete mess.
Metal. Metal is a strong material people use to build things.
Steel is a common metal that is used to build buildings.
Monitor. To monitor people or things is to watch them closely.
The teacher monitors the students when they take tests.
Oppose. To oppose something means to dislike it or act against it.
I want to be a police officer because I oppose crime.
Passive. If a person is passive, they do not take action to solve problems.
Marcy is so passive that she never solves her own problems.
Quantity. A quantity is a certain amount of something.
I have a small quantity of milk in my glass.
Sue. To sue someone is to take them to court for something wrong they did.
I sued the company after I slipped on a banana peel in their hallway.
Anxiety. When someone has anxiety, they have a lot of worries and fear.
When I have to climb to high places, I'm filled with anxiety.
Army. An army is a large group of people who fight in wars.
The army protects all the people in the country.
Billion. A billion is a very large number.
There are billions of stars in outer space.
Carve. To carve means to cut into something.
My father usually carves the turkey for Thanksgiving.
Consult. To consult someone means to ask them for help.
I will consult my accountant to find a way to pay for my bills.
Emergency. An emergency is a time when someone needs help right away.
There is a huge fire in my house. This is an emergency.
Fortune. When someone has good fortune, it means they have luck.
I have good fortune when I play cards.
Guarantee. To guarantee means to know something will happen.
I guarantee that the sun will come up in the morning.
Hike. To hike means to walk in the mountains or forest.
I always bring plenty of equipment with me when I hike.
Initial. When something is initial, it is the first thing.
The initial step when writing a paper is to find a good topic.
Intense. If something is intense, it is very strong.
The skunk made an intense odor that filled the air.
Lend. To lend something is to give it to someone for a short time.
My sister lost her pen, so I will lend her mine.
Peak. The peak is the very top of a mountain.
There is snow on the peaks of those mountains.
Potential. Potential means capable of being but not yet in existence.
I've thought of some potential problems with your idea.
Pride. When you have pride, you are happy with yourself.
I take pride in getting good grades.
Proof. Proof is a fact that shows something is real.
They used his fingerprint as proof for the crime he committed.
Quit. To quit something means to stop doing it.
I quit running because I got tired.
Spin. To spin is to turn around in circles.
The boy kept spinning until he fell down.
Tiny. When people or things are tiny, they are very small.
A baby's hand is tiny.
Tutor. A tutor is someone who gives lessons in a certain subject.
My sister is bad at math, so my mother hired a tutor to help her.
Apparent. If something is apparent, it is easy to see.
Her happiness was apparent from the smile on her face.
Blind. When people are blind, they cannot see.
The blind man didn't see the hole and almost fell in.
Calculate. To calculate is to find an answer using math.
I calculated how much money I would need to buy the car.
Chat. To chat is to talk with someone.
Even though they were far apart, the couple chatted every day.
Commit. To commit to something is to promise to do it.
Seth wanted to go home, but he had committed to finishing the job.
Compose. To compose something is to make it from smaller parts.
Tanya composed her report using many sources of information.
Dormitory. A dormitory is a school building where students live.
I will move into the dormitory at the beginning of the school year.
Exhaust. To exhaust someone is to make them tired.
John exhausted himself by swimming all day.
Greenhouse. A greenhouse is a small glass building that is used to grow plants.
We have a small greenhouse in our backyard where we grow plants.
Ignore. To ignore something is to act like you do not see or hear it.
I ignored the message he was making and kept studying.
Obvious. If something is obvious, it is clear and easily seen.
It was obvious that he was tired. He kept falling asleep.
Physics. Physics is a science that deals with energy and how it affects things.
In physics class, we used Newton's cradle to learn about energy.
Portion. A portion of something is a part of it.
I only ate a small portion of the pizza.
Remind. To remind someone is to tell them to remember to do something.
Nick's dad reminded him to do his homework.
Secretary. A secretary is a person who works in an office.
Rebecca asked her secretary to type a report.
Severe. If something is severe, it is very bad or serious.
After hitting his hand with the hammer, Sam was in severe pain.
Talent. If someone has a talent, they are naturally able to do it well. .
Maria has a talent for playing the piano.
Thesis. A thesis is an idea that needs to be proved.
She did not support her thesis very well.
Uniform. A uniform is a piece of clothing worn by people of the same group.
All the members of our marching band wear matching uniforms.
Vision. Vision is the act of seeing.
The eye doctor tested my vision.
Absorb. To absorb a liquid means to take it inside.
He used a sponge to absorb the water on the floor.
Boss. A boss is a person in charge of other people at work.
My boss is a nice person.
Committee. A committee is a group of people who meet together to make decisions.
The school's committee agreed on a new dress code for students.
Contract. A contract is a written agreement between two people.
The woman signed a contract when she bought the house.
Crew. A crew is a group of workers.
My father has a crew. They help him build houses.
Devote. To devote time to something means to spend a lot of time doing it.
She devotes 2 hours a day to playing the piano.
Dig. To dig is to make a hole in the ground.
My dog digs in the yard so he can hide his bones.
Dine. To dine means to eat dinner.
The young couple dined at their home.
Donate. To donate is to give something to a charity or organization.
We donate money to Christmas charities every year.
Double. If something is double, it is twice as much, or twice as many.
I paid almost double the amount for that shirt.
Elevate. To elevate something is to put it at a higher level.
The man elevated the picture so he could see it better.
Flavor. A flavor is the taste of food or drinks.
The flavor of the ice cream was very good.
Foundation. A foundation is a group that provides money for research.
The foundation raised money to give scholarships to students.
Generation. A generation is a group of people who live at the same time.
My grandparents are from a different generation than me.
Handle. A handle is the part of an object people hold while using it.
The pot is very hot, so pick it up by the handle.
Layer. A layer covers over something or is between two things.
There was a layer of snow on the tops of the houses this morning.
Mud. Mud is soft, wet dirt.
My brother played rugby in the mud. Now he's dirty.
Smooth. If something is smooth, it has no bumps.
The baby's skin felt very smooth.
Soil. Soil is the top layer of land on the earth.
The boy planted flowers in the soil and watered them every day.
Unique. If people or things are unique, they are not like the others.
Her dog is unique. I've never seen one quite like it.